back, it's me. If you're new here, just subscribe. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Loved and missed you. So today we're just gonna get ready together, a quick little makeup get ready with me, while discussing the current trends that I dislike or do not stand behind, or that just, you know, kind of grind my gears a little bit. Side note, I often get asked what I use for contour, and I use this LA Girl concealer in shade Toast. It's very cheap, it's very effective. A little bit goes a long way because it's technically a concealer, so it can be a little heavy if you use too much. But it's really good. I don't know who I'm fooling. My forehead's bigger than this. I'm gonna have to scoot it back so I can contour my forehead correctly. It actually goes farther back, but we're not gonna expose myself that much on here. Let a girl live. First up, let's start by discussing the makeup trends. Let me preface this video by saying that everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and you can agree to disagree with me. It's completely fine. These are just my thoughts, my thought processes. The first trend that kind of just annoys me a little bit, it's cute, but it kind of annoys me, is us renaming every single makeup look to rebrand it. AKA strawberry makeup. You mean putting blush on your face? Latte makeup, cappuccino makeup. You mean a brown smoky eye? Don't get me wrong, I 100% get the appeal because the renaming of it is kind of cute, but why don't we just come up with new makeup looks or new makeup ideas instead of renaming stuff that already exists? Next up, clean girl makeup. Clean girl makeup is not attainable for a majority of people. Reason number one, not everybody can afford to go get facials done to get their skin in a perfect, pristine condition to do the base for that makeup. And those two little dots of concealer for clean girl makeup is not gonna work for a lot of people. It's not. And also, I'm just here to tell you, you see these influencers or anybody doing the clean girl makeup, and it looks great on camera, but I'm telling you, there's probably more makeup going on behind the scenes, and also, there's filters going on, honey. There is. I get that it looks nice and neat, but is it realistic for a lot of people? No, it's not. And just because you wear more makeup than the clean girl look requires doesn't make you dirty. It doesn't. You know what this outfit needs right now? Yeah. Next up, dewy looking makeup. Dewy looking makeup is not a sustainable look for all day wear. The dewy makeup trend requires you to have a very hydrated looking base. This is not attainable for all day wear because it looks great in the mirror for 1 hour, but if you are not setting your makeup with a pressed powder or a translucent powder, it is going to separate throughout the day and wear off or sweat off. But also it depends on your skin type 100%. I do have to say, I've done it. It looks great in camera. It looks great in the mirror. But also, if you go out in public and wear it for a couple of hours, it can easily be miscommunicated as an oily face. Yeah. What is that? Oh, I did that. Like I said, I think it looks great on camera. I really do. But if you are, say, getting your makeup professionally done, or you're gonna be a bride, or you're doing anything, and you say you really want that dewy looking hydrated skin, there's different ways to achieve that look, but the basic trend of how to do it is not gonna last you for all evening wear. Next, let's talk about brows. Listen, I love me a good messy, bushy looking brow. I do it often. But I know in a couple years, or not even a couple years, within the next year or two, collectively as a whole, we're gonna look back at pictures and be like, that wasn't it. Why did we do the bushy brow trend? Why did we do that? But don't get me wrong, I love it. I stand by them right now. But I know I'm gonna look back and be like, what are you doing? I don't know. Next one's not necessarily a trend, but it kind of is because it still happens every day and I see it every day and it baffles me, is when people comment on how much makeup somebody else is wearing in a negative way. Like, I get the minuscule clean girl makeup era is in and a lot of people do that, but it is okay for people to still want to do dramatic makeup looks. And you really don't have to tell them or comment on how much makeup they're wearing because they're 100% aware and they did not put it on their face for your gaze. And they really don't care if you think they have too much makeup on. And how much makeup somebody puts on their face really doesn't concern you because it does not hurt you or anyone else for that matter. Actually, you should never ever comment on somebody's appearance or anything in a negative way, because if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. You do not have to let somebody else know that their style or preferences is not your cup of tea, because I guarantee you they didn't ask and they don't care. Next is the trend of being freaking mean. Why is everybody feel the need to be so rude and mean these days? Really not necessary. I actually discussed the topic of so many people being mean these days and just not being nice people. And somebody left a comment saying, everybody claims they want to be a bad bitch, but no, they're really just being a bitch. At the end of the day, you literally never know what somebody else is going through. So I think it's always important to show love and kindness to anybody you come in contact with. And it's really just, it's not that hard to be polite and nice to people that you run into. For instance, you had one act of kindness that you did somebody one day that literally could have turned their whole day around and impacted them more than you know. And I completely understand not everybody grew up in a perfect little life. I mean, no life is perfect, but not everybody had the role models to show them of how to be a nice human, and I get that. Life is hard enough as is, so don't spend your time trying to make somebody else's life harder. Next up is the trend of partying. Going out and partying is so heavily shown in the media these days, and I think a lot of influencers that are popping up, that's their lifestyle and their brand that they're building off of. And I am not bashing on anybody whatsoever. And I 100% think that it is important to be able to go out and have fun with your friends, make some memes, do things for the plot. I get it. I get it. You have to have those fun moments in your life that you can just enjoy and go out. But what is not shown is how to have a balance with going out and having fun like that, because it is very important to be able to have a balance in your life, because if you're just going out all the time, then it can become quite an unhealthy lifestyle, physically and mentally, which leads to numerous other problems within themselves. Don't get me wrong, it is completely okay to go out and party if that's your lifestyle, but it's also completely okay to be a homebody and not want to do that too. You just don't have to follow all the trends. You don't have to do that. You don't have to partake in that. And I think the youth needs to see a healthy balance to being able to do that. I am 100% aware that everybody's life is different, but I will just tell you from my experience, I used to go out multiple times a week when I was in college. I did. And yeah, it might have been fun at the time, but I know, and I even knew at the time, that mentally, that was when I was at my lowest. I didn't have a balance of anything else in my life. Next, let's talk about hair. Slicked back hair. I do it probably 4 days of the week. 4 out of the 7 days of the week, I slick my hair back. But I think we're gonna look back in pictures, and I think it's gonna be the equivalent of looking back at the sock bun. I think it looks clean. I think it looks aesthetic. I like it. It's simple, and I do it. But I do think it's gonna go out, and people are gonna look back and be like, yikes. Yikes. I mean, think about it. Look back. We used to do the sock buns. We used to do the extremely crunchy scrunched hair. We used to do the extreme major side parts, and we don't do those anymore, and we look back and we make fun of ourselves. So I know in like a year or a little bit, I'm gonna look back of when I had my hair slicked back and be like, what were you doing? What were you doing? I don't know. Hairdressers are probably gonna hate me for bringing this one up, but renaming hair like Cowboy Copper, it's just rebranding. Really is what it is, but it's just, you know, red orange hair, but Cowboy Copper. Cowboy Copper is in. It looks good, but why are we renaming it, you know? Let's talk about the minimal beige home decor aesthetic. It looks great, it looks clean, it looks neat, it looks nice. But I think that trend's gonna go out. I really do. I think it's gonna go out, and I think styles are gonna start to change. I mean, I don't really follow the clean minimal beige aesthetic just because I have so much shit. But also, I like vintagey vibes, and I like black and white. I like black and vintagey vibes. So I don't really follow that, but I appreciate it. I do think the minimal beige aesthetic looks very, very nice. I really do. but I do think it's gonna go out soon. And I think I don't know what we'll move on to next, but collectively, I think that that's gonna go out. Just look back. People used to decorate their houses in a collective way in, you know, the 70s and 80s, pretty much every decade, and it usually always changes. So I guess I'm not really calling it on that one. I guess everybody knows that that's what's gonna happen, but it is gonna change, and I think that a lot of people will be like, why did we do that? It's a little plain and bland. The ring light I was using kept like turning off, and I kept turning it back on. It was extremely overheating. That's a little dangerous. I'm glad I, you know, decided to check to see what was going on. That could have been an oh no situation. In regards to fashion, obviously things come and go, but I definitely think that high rise is gonna go out. I think high rise is not gonna be the it thing to wear anymore. And it kind of saddens me because I'm just going to be a high-rise stan for life, because I ain't going back to low-rise jeans. Absolutely no way. Absolutely no way. So I'll just continue to wear my high-rise pants. But I do think they're going to go out and people are going to collectively start wearing low-rise again. I'll just not do that, but I definitely foresee that happening, and I actually already see it happening a little bit. I also made this comment about high rise on my TikTok the other day, and somebody commented and said, I don't know why everybody's hating on low rise. If you just worked a little bit, they would look good on you too. Like commenting on how people don't want to work to look good to be able to wear low rise jeans. And I was like, excuse me? That is incredibly tone deaf and incredibly rude. And not every body is built the same. I am more of a smaller figure girl. I wear like a size 2 or size 4. And I don't think low-rise pants look good on me. Like, I don't, and I don't feel comfortable in them. So really just wear whatever you want. But I do foresee that a lot of people are going to start switching to not high-rise pants anymore, or showing that they have high-rise on, maybe just having their shirts pulled over them and not tucked into high-rise things. I don't know. Okay, ignore how dirty this is, and this is not sponsored, but this is literally the perfect chapstick that you need for the winter or fall months, because it's soothing and it's got that nice little darker tint of a brown to it. It's real nice. It's real nice. It's the Glossier Swiss Miss Balm.com. Real good stuff. I stand by this. That's all I have on my lips. I don't have any lip liner or anything else. They look cute and juicy. Mwah! These are just my thoughts in regards to the trends that are going on and things that I think are going to go out, etc. I guess I just want to highlight that you don't have to follow trends, and you can live your life the way you want, and just because you're not doing things that everybody else is doing doesn't mean you're not with it. Live your life the way you want and do things that make you happy. Choose to follow trends or choose not to follow trends. That's up to you. But yeah, that was just my 2 cents that I wanted to share today, and thanks for watching, and let me know what you want to see next time. Okay, bye, love you. Mwah!